connecting Indigenous musicians and artists to the world. Welcome to Indigenous Superstars with your host, Rhonda Head.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Indigenous Superstars. I'm really glad to be here this evening. I'm on my 70th show, so I'm really excited about that. And next week will be my first year anniversary. So I'm really excited about that. And I just want to let you know that there's a big storm going on. So hopefully the internet connection will stay put. And I just got a couple of announcements that I want to share. My song Kasagitin has received 147,000.7 plays in Europe. Well, it's playing all over the world, but basically most of the plays are people are listening to it in Europe, and I'm really excited about it because I collaborated with the Prague Orchestra through Musiversal, and this people just keep playing the song, and it was such a great collaboration, and I'm really proud of it because I recorded it in the Cree language, and this song is being listened to all over the world, and the Cree language is being listened to. So I'm really excited about that, and I want to thank everyone that actually took the time to listen to my song. And it's all about love, and we always need more love in the world. So I just want to thank everyone for listening to it again. The other announcement I have is I'm dropping a new song, and it's called Kitam Kiwapmitin, and that means I'll see you again. And this song resonated. I'm re-releasing it because I was listening to a couple of my old songs, and when I listened to it, this song just resonated with me because of what's going on with COVID and how we haven't seen each other, our friends in a long time. And this photo was taken in Australia on the sacred salt flats of the Gangleda people, and my friends are all on this photo, and we became really close, and now we call each other family, and they're right all over from Australia, New Zealand, United States, and Canada. So I just thought this would be a fitting photo for my song that I'm going to be dropping next week on April 6th. So I hope you listen to it, and I hope you enjoy the song as well. The other announcement I want to make is that I'm got asked to perform at the Indigenous Human Resources Skill Builder Conference on April 27 and 28. So if anyone that you know that's into human resources, please share this information that this virtual conference will be going on. Excuse me, sorry about that. So yeah, I just got a lot of announcements going on, and I just want to thank everyone for tuning in again. And on Thursday, hey friend, how are you doing? Nice to see you from New Mexico. It's always great to see you tuning in. We have an awesome guest that I'm sure you'll enjoy his music. So the other announcement I want to make is the Sakiwe Festival. I'm a board member on this festival, and Gabriel Ayala has been contracted to do a concert on April 1st. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we're the board and the organization is helping him put on a concert to help him because he's going through financial difficulties, and he's such a beautiful, wonderful musician, and we want to help him out. So please tune in on Thursday on the Sakiwe YouTube channel or the Facebook page. I'll be sharing the link as well on my Facebook page and on Indigenous Superstars. So without further ado, my guest is also having problems with his internet. There's a big storm going on right now, so I'm gonna see if he's online. No, he's not online yet. But in the meantime, I'll read his bio, and hopefully we can get him online here. So Michael Paul is a Nitshimo new singer-songwriter born in Mashtuiach, Point Blue, an Innu community located on the shores of St. John Lake, located on the unceded Nistassini traditional territory of the Innu people. He is one of the pioneers of his community in the music industry, where he has worked for 26 years. Having performed in France, Brittany, and Quebec last year, the artist nominated for the 2020 Canadian Folk Festival Award and the Indigenous Music Awards in 2019 offers us this new single, Shop Mushan. I hope I didn't butcher that. So yeah, I'm really excited to bring him on the screen. So let's please help me welcome Michael Paul. Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. And you, how is going?
It's going good. And we were talking earlier about there's a storm going on in our territories right now. So hopefully our internet will
Oh, yeah.
will yeah. You just went dark there. I don't know what happened.
Okay, that's sorry about it. Yeah, I got
Oh,
a
that's okay.
through here. Yeah,
That's awesome. Oh, I just noticed when you got up the items on your back wall, the snowshoes and is that a
yeah,
drum hanging on the wall?
yeah. That's the snowshoes right there from my community, Mashtuyaks. It's made handmade by Jeremy family. It's made with moose skin babish and with white paper burk. Yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
beautiful. So what is that? Is that a pelt? A fur pelt beside it? Beside the
Uh,
snowshoes?
yeah,
Is that
yeah.
a fur pelt? Yeah, can you show that to us?
Yeah. You mean the this one?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. This is beaver skin. Yeah. Be-
Nice.
yeah. Beaver skin because my mother doing some uh, this kind of arts and craft.
Oh,
Yeah,
beautiful.
and she used the fur, so that's why I when I hunt the beaver amishk, I always using the fur for my mother doing work with it. So
That's awesome. That's so awesome. Okay, we'll get into your interview now. So can you tell us how you got inspired or how you got into music?
yeah, my inspiration was early in my childhood when I was young, about 12 years old. I was time I heard a lot of music from my uncle, my great mother, and my grandmother teach me for the first time when I was 14 years old guitar, classical guitar, and that was most of my inspiration. With my uncle was a guitar player, and we're a family, music family roots, deep roots family, and I was influenced very early in my when I was a teenager, very early. So I began to play 14 years old, and a lot of my inspiration at the beginning was rock music, was about blues music, Jimi Hendrix and Jimmy Page was my guitar hero. So was the first song I learned in the guitar, and that what inspired me in the early in the beginning when I was very young. And most later when I began to be a young adult at the age of 18, I began to sing, because in the beginning I did not sing in my language, in new language. It's almost look like the language, the same family of your language, Cree language, Anishinaabe. But I began to sing in my language about 18 years old, and I find very important to keep the language alive in our community. And because we have a lot of people have lost the language here. But for myself, it was very important to keep it alive and for the next generation, because our language, it's who we are. This is our identity, and it is relation with the territory, all the words, and our alive, with all beings around. So that's why it's very important for me. That inspired me a lot of our cultures and stories, and we call it at Nugan. It's the stories about the time of glaciers long time ago. Those stories about the relationship, secret relationship with mother natures and all species is very important. And a lot of my grandfather's teaching when I was in the bush, that's very much inspire of our cultures, inspire me for, yeah.
That is so awesome. So, a question I wanted to ask you: since when you sing in your language, do you find that the music is more meaningful, and there's a spiritual aspect to when you're singing and writing in your language?
Yeah, yeah, I find it very different than the writing in French. It's not the because sometimes when we use only one words and it means a long phrases in French, so we can use only one words and mean all of this, and we got a kind of in our language different than French or English. It's we got words animated word and non-animated word. So I don't know if you understand what I mean, but it's very different concept. So the clothes, if I'm talking about the drums or asham, the snowshoes, it's alive. So we pronounce it different when we use a word are non-alive. There's a different pronunciation for the verb, the verb that you use. So it's very different, and it's very deep because and it touch the heart, the soul, and I feel the connection with the kukums and mushum nut and nagum nut, the elders and the ancient people. I feel the connection with the. This is
Oh
different.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely. And like I write in my Cree language too, and I find that there's a really it's so deep and so special, and there's like a spirit when you sing like you're sing our ancestors are here with us when we sing in our languages, and it's so beautiful. and
Yeah.
and no matter what, and I always say no matter what language we're singing in, like you could feel the beauty of the song from the words and the melodies. So it's just that's so wonderful. You're singing it, and writing in your indigenous language. And I just want to say hello to all the people tuning in. Kim from Kansas, Donna Heimbrecker Becker from Saskatoon. Hello, Donna. And my good friend and sister Jennifer Wood saying hello from Winnipeg. So thank you for tuning in tonight, and we have a really awesome guest, and I'm glad he's my guest tonight, and he's gonna get ready to perform a song that just got on the Indigenous Music Countdown, and that's a really big exciting goal for all of our indigenous musicians, because our songs get played I don't know for how many weeks on the radio, and then it also gets played on Sirius satellite, so it gets really lots of good exposure. And before you sing the song, can you tell us about it?
Yeah. Yeah. The song talk about a river in my place. I grew up in a small reservation. I was born in a reservation called Mshtiwiyat. It means a long point in the advanced in the lake, on the flat lake. Pequagami. Pequagami mean in my language flat lake. That's where I grew up. It's located about 2 hours and a half in the north of Quebec City. inland. Inside inland, we call it Nitasinan. And the song talk about the river, because the river just going, in the head of our community, so we're very close of this river. We have a deep connection, because deep relation with this river. It help us. The river helped us to survive thousands years ago, and we call her Kukum, like our grandmother, because she helped us, and she's very strong. That's the only river have no dam project, no dam project on it. This is a wild river, the last one almost on our territory, so it's a treasure for us. And it's very important for me because this is a part of identity of a nomad. We were nomad people, Innu. I'm from Innu community. Innu mean human being in my language. So we're very close to the Cree nation too, because we got a lot of Cree from Mistassini. Mistassini community are not too far from our community, and people from Mistassini Cree were going to our community by this river, Ashwapmushwan, and there was a huge gathering place called Ashwapmushwan Lake. This is the head of the river, and that's the place where we have huge meeting with Cree people, Innu people, and Atikamekw, Anishinaabe roots, Ojibwe. So that was a place where there's huge gathering and marriage, celebration in the summertime, and that's where I'm from. That's where I grew up when I was young with my parents' grandfather, and I learned all the cultures of Innu cultures, hunting, fishing, and using the medicine over there, and all the stories that I learned from the territory. That song speak about that. And the meaning of the river Ashwapmushwan, it means where we watch the moose. That's the meaning of the song. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Okay, I'm going to give you the screen and then you could share your song with us.
thank you very much. So you hearing the guitar? Le regard qui se perd vers l'horizon lointain, tant de splendeur et de beauté, sur le chemin de l'aurore, de me star, de me l'éther, où t'es, menace quoi, mais si chou, t'es jusqu'à bisou, me star, me loisir, j'achiche kawasiya, kapontia, menace quoi, mais toi, plaisir chat, et le cœur me tard, t'es un choix pour choix, et me star, me l'ouéter, sur le sommet des montagnes, je contemple l'océan. Le vent murmure cette vérité. En ce jour ensoleillé, une star ne me l'éther. Où t'es, me la squat. Mais c'est chou, t'es jusqu'à pichou. Le star me l'ouaster. Zashishkawa Syria, Kapontia, Benasqua, Nefetwa, Plesishat, Inekamata, Tia Swap Swap, Nemesta, Beluete. Je me retrouvais encore, Zashishkawa Syria, les sentiers de la joie pour choix, où t'es, menace quoi, écoutez l'écho lointain de la rivière, où t'es à soi pour soi, mais le star de l'éternel. Bestandes commitment.
Yay. That's a beautiful song. So everyone tuning in, go vote for Michael Paul for his song that just got onto the Indigenous Music Countdown. That's a real pretty song. Just when when you describe your song, I was just imagining your the river that you live by, and how all of these are all connected to the land, and there's just a real beautiful. I was just it just took me away and to your territory. I hope I'm envisioning it what you rate, but I just see a beautiful lake flowing, a beautiful river flowing, and it's providing life for you guys, like food and
Yeah,
yeah. So that's and clothing and crafts. So yeah, so that's a real beautiful song, and I think it's gonna do well on the Indigenous Music Countdown for sure. So thank you so much for sharing that song and telling us the history of where that song came from. Um, can you
thank
can
you
you
very much.
you told us a little bit about the land that you came from, and can you tell us a little bit more
Yeah,
about the territory that you come from?
yeah, for sure. Thanks very much for inviting me, Rhonda. You're a great singer. I appreciate your music too. It's an honor to be with you and speaking with you. Yeah, I grew up, like I say, in Mishtiwiyats. It's a reservation. It's located in St. John Lake, Piawagami. It's about, we got, Innu. It's an Innu community from Innu Nation. So we're about, nine community in the east coast of Quebec along the St. Lawrence River, and we're the southest community. We're the community of the Innu Nation, the southest community located in the south, and we're very connected inside the land, inland, because we got to take. There's a huge river, Saguenay River. It's a fjord. It going out until the St. Lawrence River. But in the head of the fjord Saguenay, this is our lake where we live, a huge lake. It's like a sea, when you can see on the other side of the shores, the banks of the huge lake. It's a beautiful place. We got a lot of salmon and fishing, just fishing, right behind the house. So we grew up with my sisters, and doing fishing and walking. It's a very beautiful community, and we got this. We're very lucky to be close to the lake, and at the same time we're close to town. So we're in because there's many town very close, like Alma, Chicoutimi, but it's not too far from our community. And but it's a good way to for to bring my children in the school. So we're in a good spot for it, but we are
Right.
very connect with the mother nature, and this is very awesome. My family, it's this special place in my community because this is a gathering place, like I said before, and in the head of the river, the song that I just sing was talking about the river Ashwat, but it goes until the flat lake Pequagami, St. John Lake, That's the head of our community, located in a point. We see the lake, and this is a huge gathering place. We have, Innu. Most of the people, indigenous roots there are Innu, Montagnais, but there's uh, other First Nation too, because it was a huge place of gathering. So we can find Cree, we can find Atikamek, and even Abenaki too, Abenaki family. So on my mother's side, I'm Abenaki roots, Wabanaki, because my mother married my father is an Innu. So I got the this heritage, cultural heritage of both of this nation. So and culture are beautiful from each of them. So this is very awesome to have that kind of rich place and gathering. So it's very strong. We have a youth powwow in the summertime. It's about the 15th July. Each time we inviting. A lot of drums group all around, Turtle Island can attack. Many kind of a Cree singer come in different nation, and there's a huge show too for musical singer too, and it's a very beautiful place for to perform. So I invite you if you want to come. Or any
I
kind
do
of
want to go. Yes, of course, I would love to go. Your territory sounds beautiful from what you're telling us. Thank you for sharing that. So the other thing I wanted to ask you, the bio you sent, you said you went to France. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, yeah. It was last year's. I went to France in Brittany. I had a friend. I have a friend living over there in Brittany, Gueltaz. He was working in music stores, and he asked me if I could come to play some concerts over there, some live music, to sharing my stories because in Brittany, they're indigenous people in that land, and they're speaking their language too, Breton. It's not the same than French, so it's very awesome to discovering in that country. First time I arrived there in airplane. I live, in a train and just go ahead to Britain. And my first concert was there, and was special to hear their story, and all their cultures, and they're still speaking the language, and all the story on the land is very strong over there, and their music, jig music like. You know how to say that Celtic roots music. It's very impressive to learn, and I came there and bring my song and my story, and people were very interesting and very happy to share. And people are very kind over there and very open to hear indigenous music. They're very angry about indigenous music, and they're very like that music. After the concert in Brittany was very beautiful, I go back in Paris, and I've been doing other concerts in the town. Right, and it was awesome to see the architecture, the whole architecture of this city and the spirit. Playing over there, it was very magic for me. It was the first time. It was the first time, and I very appreciate that experience. And people told me good things. They tell me they appreciate my concert and my song, because I brought some image too when I was playing live, and so there was a lot of image of my territory and traditional activities we're doing with my son and father and grandfathers, and
Nice,
yeah, yeah,
nice. So,
it was
so that sounds so awesome, and I'm sure they love. Well, I want to hear another song. So, are you ready to
yeah,
perform your next After talking about your music, I just want to hear more.
Yeah, I will show you. Yeah, I will take a song, my new strap made by Julie Paul, the tree north of Saskatchewan. He's been doing beautiful work. This is my brand new strap. Um, I will play a song with drum, handmade by my cousin in my community. It's made with moose skin, and he paint on it a eagle, like you say, yeah, like you see. Um, so I will sing a song in my community. It was sung by elders, very old song. Talk about the relation with the caribou, because caribou is very important. A brother for us. Help us to survive, and because of him, I can speak today. Because all my ancestors have survived because of the caribou that help us to, make our clothes and to hunt in everywhere. So it's very relationship, sacred relationship with caribou. So that's why the song, the Tewigan, we call it Tewigan. That's the drum, and that's an old song that we'll sing about this relation. Tekwapu, we call it Tekwapu. Mikwelma, mikwelma, iye. Ikulmaso, ikulmaso, iye. Mikwelma, mikwelma, na 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 na. Mikwelma, tekwapwi, tekwapwi. Quelma, na 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 na, quelma, quien mientan de qualma, de quapui, te quapui, mi quelma, na 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 na, mi quelma. Quien mientan de qualma, te quapui, te quapui. Wea, 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 yo, wea, 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 yo, wea, 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 yo, wea, 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 yo. Mi quelma, mi quelma, Ekulmaso, ekulmaso, miquelma, na 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 na, miquelma, quien mientan de qualma, te quapui, te quapui. Quelma, wea, 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 yo, wea, 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 yo, wea, 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 yo, wea, 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 yo. Meshtanesh Kumet now, merci. Thank you very much. Thanks.
That was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
So,
The song,
do you have any other projects on the go?
if I got other projects soon, yeah. There's a lot of things coming from me very soon, and the 22 April, I will launch another another single, new song of my new release, new album. Is gonna come very soon in the June, in the 18 June. That will release of my album. But so there's a lot of so that will come very soon. And we got announcement to a concert in August we will play this summer for festival, but that will depend how it goes with the pandemic. This is a
Right.
hard time, especially in our community right now. We're with an epidemic, eclosion right now, and we got a lot of cases in our community. This is a hard time, for our people, and I hope our elders are safe. But they have, been vaccination, so
Hmm.
begin over there. So we hope, keeping praying for the protection and security of our people over there. Yeah,
For
but
sure. Well, we're sending prayers for your community from my community for to be safe and to stay healthy.
yeah, for
So we're
sure.
coming, yeah, yeah. So we're coming to the end of the show, and do you have any parting words?
Any what?
Oh, before that, where can we find your music?
Okay, okay. You can find it on the MikePaul.net, MikePaulMusic.net. You're writing on website. You find it easily. Spotify too. I'm on Spotify or on all platform, web platform. You can find the music very easily if you just write a Mike Paul. Quick WhatsApp. It's a little bit hard to read them, but if quick WhatsApp, you're writing KUEATSHEU. So Mike Paul, quick WhatsApp, and you will find very easily on the web. Yeah,
Awesome. So do you have any parting words?
putting words.
Yeah, like uh, any words where you want to say
Oh
your
yeah.
last words of the show?
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I just want to thank you to inviting me, and I hope good things for your community too, to stay in health and to be safe for your people and you. And I appreciate your invitation, and just want to say some few words in my language. Chimsta nashkamitna kasno check namstan lenden ude tayan namrelden nanagmun egude e yato lipshisha. Donc, thanks very much, and it's very appreciated from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being my guest tonight, and it was great to hear about your community and the music that you sing. It's so heartfelt, and especially when you sing in your language, it's so beautiful. And I'm looking forward to see your song rise up in the charts on the Indigenous Music Countdown for sure.
Thank
And
you.
yeah, yep, for sure, yeah. So I just want to ask the people tuning in to go check out the Spotify playlist, the Indigenous Superstars Volume 2 Spotify playlist. I'll be adding Michael onto the Spotify list. So go and like it and share it. And you too, Michael, go like it and share it. Like I'm trying to get as many plays for our artists as much as possible.
Okay.
And I also want to announce that the next on Wednesday's guest is the House of Representative um, uh, from Montana and champion grass dancer Jonathan Wendy Boy. So I'm really excited to be interviewing him, and he's like famous on the Powwow Trail. They say he's like the Michael Jordan of grass dancers. So we're really excited to interview him and show you and show some video of his dancing. He just like floats on the arena, right? He's so awesome.
Wow.
So I'm really yeah. So I'm really excited for next week's show, and it'll be my 71st show. So I'm really happy about that, and I want to say stay safe, stay healthy, and kasagitin. And thank you again, Michael.
Thanks very much. Gisagitan.
Tune in again next time when Rhonda interviews another up and coming Indigenous superstar. Only on Indigenous Superstar.